Today, we're diving into a story that might just make you rethink what an ending really is. It's all about how a really painful breakup can sometimes, somehow, be the start of a whole new, unexpected chapter.
Wow, this quote, it just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? It's so powerful because it kind of challenges the way we usually think about breakups, you know? It hints that the end of a romance doesn't have to be the end of everything.
So that's the big question we're digging into. How does that happen? If you've ever been through the absolute roller coaster of a first love, this story is a pretty powerful reminder of how we can grow from loss in ways we never see coming. So let's start at the beginning.
Every story has to start somewhere, and this one begins with an intense 5-year first love relationship that would end up shaping two lives in ways they absolutely could not have imagined.
It all kicked off on February 15th, 2015. This was the first same-sex relationship, and that connection was just electric. The author poured his heart into making these monthsary videos, which was this public declaration every month saying, hey, we made it, and I'm still all in. I'm still choosing you. It was a really beautiful thing.
But behind that perfect highlight reel, the reality was a lot darker. The music from those cute videos would fade into these long, thick, heavy silences. They were dealing with what the author just calls heavy problems, and he was the one desperately trying to glue all the shattered pieces of their relationship back together.
And, well, eventually, all the glue in the world just wasn't enough to hold it together. The foundation completely crumbled, and the relationship finally hit its breaking point.
The end came in October 2020. I mean, think about it. The whole world was in chaos, and right in the middle of it, a personal universe was just imploding. It was officially over.
And this breakup was not a quiet, dignified thing. It was raw and desperate, in a way that I think a lot of us can probably relate to, even if we don't want to admit it. The author remembers pleading through tears, literally begging for just one more chance, fighting with every last bit of energy. It was a truly shattering moment.
And just like that, the monthsary video stopped. That 5-year story came to this abrupt, final halt. The screen just went black.
So what comes after an ending like that? Usually, it's a whole lot of silence and the long, hard road of trying to find yourself again.
This is something so many of us go through after a long relationship ends, right? The author talks about this struggle of learning to just be me again, instead of being one half of us. It's like you have to completely recalibrate your own identity.
This journey back to himself took place over a full year of complete and total silence. No texts, no calls, nothing. The author calls this the static period, a time of painfully learning how to just breathe again on your own, and slowly rebuilding a life from the ground up.
But time has a funny way of changing things. And after all that pain and all that silence, a new chapter was, believe it or not, about to begin. After more than a year, a single text broke the silence. How are you? And slowly, the static started to clear. That one text turned into daily chats, which then led to meeting for milk tea, and then dinner at their old favorite places. And today, they've come full circle. From partners to strangers, and now to workmates and real, genuine friends.
And this brings us to the biggest lesson from this whole story. This idea of the art of a new ending, of redefining what forever can actually look like.
This image just captures the transformation perfectly. That desperate grip from the past has been replaced with gratitude. Partners has become teammates. And the sting of the breakup, it's faded into this new appreciation for two people who are brave enough to love and also wise enough to let go.
So we'll leave you with this to think about. This story reminds us that sometimes the hardest goodbyes are actually making way for the most unexpected hellos. It makes you wonder, what if the ending you're so afraid of isn't a failure at all, but the start of a whole new, and maybe equally important, story?